Welcome to Farming Aid.
America is freezing like never before. From Texas to the Dakotas, record-breaking cold waves are rewriting the rules of farming, and for cattle producers, winter is no longer just a season, it's a survival test. While many herds struggle when temperatures plunge and feed costs explode, a small group of cattle breeds are doing the opposite. They're not just surviving this unprecedented cold, they're thriving in it. In today's video, we're revealing the secret weapon behind some of the toughest, most profitable herds in the country. These are the 5 resilient cattle that laugh at blizzards, power through polar vortexes, and keep producing when everything else shuts down. If you're serious about future-proofing your ranch and staying profitable in extreme weather, you're about to discover the genetics that make winter your advantage instead of your enemy. Across the northern states, one breed that keeps showing up in cold weather success stories is the Highland cattle. Originally from the rugged Scottish Highlands, these cattle evolved in an environment defined by wind, snow, and relentless cold. What makes Highland cattle extraordinary in American winters is their thick, double-layered coat. The long outer hair sheds snow and rain, while the soft undercoat traps heat like a natural thermal blanket. When temperatures crash to -20 or even -30 degrees Fahrenheit, Highland cattle do not huddle in panic. They continue grazing through snow, calmly pawing their way to forage that other breeds would never reach. Farmers notice that Highland cows maintain body condition with less supplemental feed, and their calves arrive strong even in brutal early spring storms. In an era of skyrocketing feed costs, that kind of efficiency in cold weather is pure gold. Moving from the mountains to the plains, another cold weather champion making waves is the Galloway cattle. Like the Highland, the Galloway traces its roots to Scotland, but it brings its own unique strengths. Galloways are naturally polled, meaning they have no horns, which reduces injury and stress in tight winter housing situations. More importantly, their dense, curly coat insulates them incredibly well. During polar vortex events in the Midwest, when wind chills plunge to dangerous levels, Galloway cattle often choose to stay outside rather than crowd into barns. They orient their bodies into the wind, tuck their heads low, and let their coat do the work. Ranchers consistently report that Galloways lose less weight over winter compared to conventional beef breeds, and that resilience translates directly into better breeding rates and healthier calves when spring finally arrives. Further west, especially in states like Montana, Wyoming, and the Dakotas, another cold-hardy breed is quietly proving its worth, the Hereford. While many people associate Herefords with moderate climates, the traditional, old-line Hereford genetics show surprising toughness in severe cold. Their thick winter hair coat grows long and dense, especially when they are not overmanaged with artificial shelter. These cattle are natural grazers, built to convert rough forage into energy even when pasture quality drops under snow. During prolonged cold spells, Hereford cows continue to nurse calves efficiently, and their calm temperament reduces stress in extreme weather. Stress is one of the biggest silent killers in winter, and Herefords handle storms with a steady, almost stubborn composure that keeps them productive when other breeds struggle. Then there is the Shorthorn, a breed with deep historical roots and modern relevance. American Shorthorns, especially those with heritage bloodlines, show exceptional adaptability to temperature swings. They grow a thick, plush winter coat that rivals many northern European breeds. But what really sets Shorthorns apart is their metabolic efficiency. They do not waste energy pacing, panicking, or burning calories just to stay warm. Instead, they conserve heat naturally, maintaining condition on forage that would barely sustain more delicate cattle. In states like Minnesota and Wisconsin, where winters can lock the land in ice for months, Shorthorn herds have proven they can calve successfully and maintain milk production even when temperatures dip into life-threatening territory. Out on the wide, open ranges of the northern Rockies and High Plains, another quiet hero has been gaining recognition, the sailor's cattle. Originally from the volcanic mountains of France, sailors' cattle were bred in rugged, cold, and wet conditions, and they carry that resilience straight into American winters. Sailors have a dense red coat that thickens dramatically in cold weather. Their hooves are tough, their legs strong, and their instincts sharp. When blizzards roll in, sailors' cows are known to protect their calves fiercely, positioning themselves as windbreaks and leading young animals to sheltered spots they instinctively identify. Ranchers who run sailors in cold climates often remark that they rarely need to intervene during calving, even in deep winter, because the cows handle birth and early calf care with remarkable efficiency and toughness. What unites these 5 breeds is not just physical insulation, but behavior shaped by centuries of survival. Cold-tolerant cattle do not waste energy. They move with purpose, conserve heat, and instinctively seek out the best shelter nature offers. Their rumens are efficient furnaces, turning rough forage into body heat when the thermometer drops. In contrast, less resilient breeds burn energy in stress, pacing fences, crowding feed bunks, and losing weight rapidly. In extreme cold, every calorie matters, and these resilient cattle know how to use them wisely. As climate volatility increases, farmers across the U.S. are realizing that winter is no longer predictable. One year might be mild, the next brutally cold. That uncertainty makes resilient genetics more valuable than ever. Cattle like Highland, Galloway, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Sailors offer insurance against climate shock. They reduce dependence on barns, heaters, and high-cost feed. They allow ranchers to keep animals outdoors longer, lowering labor and infrastructure costs. And perhaps most importantly, they provide peace of mind. When the forecast calls for record lows, farmers with these breeds sleep better at night knowing their herds are built for exactly that kind of challenge. The economic impact of this resilience is huge. Every pound of weight lost over winter is money gone. Every calf that fails to thrive in cold weather is a setback that takes months or even years to recover from. Resilient cattle flip that equation. They maintain condition, protect their young, and bounce back faster when spring arrives. In a market where margins are tight and feed costs are unpredictable, that durability can be the difference between a struggling operation and a profitable one. Beyond economics, there is also something deeply inspiring about watching cattle stand strong in the face of nature's worst. There is a kind of quiet power in seeing a Highland cow snowed and up to her belly, calmly chewing cud while icy wind howls across the field. There is pride in watching a sailor's cow guide her newborn calf through a storm as if it were nothing more than a light rain. These animals remind us that agriculture is not just about technology and efficiency, but about partnership with genetics shaped by nature itself. In the years ahead, as cold snaps become more intense and less predictable, these 5 breeds will likely move from being secret weapons to being mainstream solutions. Farmers who invest in resilient cattle now are not just reacting to climate change, they are staying ahead of it. They are choosing animals that do not just survive winter, but dominate it. So when the next polar vortex hits and the news fills with stories of frozen farms and struggling herds, remember this. Somewhere out there, Highland, Galloway, Hereford, Shorthorn, and Sailors' cattle will be standing strong, snow on their backs, steam rising from their breath, doing what they have always done best. Thriving where others cannot. Unprecedented cold is no longer a rare event in the United States. It's the new reality. And as winters get harsher and more unpredictable, the cattle that succeed will not be the most popular ones, but the most resilient ones. The breeds we've talked about today prove that toughness, efficiency, and instinct still matter more than hype. These cattle are not just surviving storms and deep freezes, they're turning brutal winters into an advantage. They hold condition, protect their calves, and keep producing when others fall behind. That's why they're becoming the quiet powerhouses of modern ranching. If you want to build a herd that stands strong no matter what the weather throws at it, start paying attention to resilience. Because in the future of American cattle farming, winter won't reward the weak, it will reward the prepared. If you found this video useful, make sure to like it, subscribe for more real-world livestock insights, and drop a comment below. Let me know which cold hardy breed impressed you the most, or what you're running on your ranch right now. I'll see you in the next one.